I decided to start a new game with streaming Mass Effect for since I started streaming, and I decided to mix it up a little. And while I'm editing the last of the content of Mass Effect 2, which I already finished on stream, and until I upload it all to YouTube, I figure I might as well start a new game and keep going back and forth. So the content can vary a little bit also on YouTube and on stream. It's not just Mass Effect all the time. It's also other games. So I figured it would make things a little more interesting. So today I decided to start with a game called Vampyr. It's a game about vampires, and I am very biased in that context because I am a fan of vampire lore and stuff. And no Twilight, no nothing like that, please. Ugh. No, not that. Actual vampires, Bram Stoker, Anne Rice, that kind of vampires. Even like Vampire Diaries type vampires are acceptable, But no Twilight thing. That shit sucks. But anyway, so we're gonna start playing this game today, and I'm gonna be uploading this to YouTube as well. And in my first playthrough of Vampyr, because I played it before on my PS4 about 2 years ago, I thought it was a refreshing storyline as far as vampires go. I think they did an awesome job with the story. It's a really cool story. It's very dark, and the whole ambience of the game is very dark, but it's very, very interesting and very cool. And the first playthrough, I was very good. I was goody two shoes. This time around, I'm gonna be a big badass bad vampire. I'm gonna eat everybody and bite everybody, and we're gonna drain some necks, basically. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay. Look at this. The looks can remind you a little bit of it reminded me, at least. It reminded me a little bit of the looks of Dark Souls. The areas and stuff. Not the play style. Not at all. No need to.
12 dreams for the Red Queen under crown of stone. 8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song. 'Tis perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London. 'Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers. A flock's flight makes for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death pending?
Death. Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree, mortality was believed to be God's punishment. A righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all so wrong. Death is not a wicked thing, nor some holy retribution. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet kiss. Awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
Up in the middle of the dead and a pile of dead bodies all of a sudden. What the fuck? Alright. This is where we start. Looks dizzy, doesn't he? Follow the blood. There it is.
Thirsty. So thirsty.
Uh-oh. Wow. That's supposed to be her heart? Because it's a little oversized. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Now we can see a little bit better. I was gonna say, man, the anatomy on this is just wrong. Look at this. I'm gonna turn off my camera so you guys can see what I'm... I thought all this was too hard, but it's not. Anyway. Apparently she knows him. She did know him. Past tense.
My sweet brother. What have you done?
Mary! Oh, no!
Uh-oh.
Mary!
Look at my sister.
Hold on! Please, hold on! Oh, God. Mary! Mary! No! No! This horror. It's a nightmare. No! Please, a moment, let me explain! These patrols are up to me. No! No! Don't shoot!
Shift.
This is a nightmare.
Okay.
I need to get out of here.
It's definitely not as dark as I remember.
This can't be happening.
Whoa!
No! Please! Stop! I mean you no harm.
Let's pin it down!
What's going on?
And the sensitivity is way too
Oh,
high.
Mary.
Hang on a second. Gotta change that. Jesus. Let's put to 1. Damn AIM Labs and damn Valorant. They really messed up with my ability to, you know, deal
What have
with
I done?
sensitivity in any game.
What's all this about?
Shit, where'd it go?
What do you mean, what have you done? You killed your sister, brother.
Tricky
Unfortunately,
bastards.
because you didn't know any better, you had this turn.
Now, I can defend myself.
Where'd it go? Shit, where'd it go?
Who are you? Stay back! But you left me no choice.
Yeah, I told you to stay back. Now you're dead. I'd like to just jump on your neck, but right. I always look on the corners, and I know better because there ain't no corners to look around or nothing to find. Let me see something. Yeah, this game is completely automatic save. There's no
Who are you? Stupid beast!
Don't like burning, does it?
Sorry.
Can't get his gun. His gun would be nice. Just weird and his gun.
Keep spotted! Watch
No!
out!
Please, stop! Who are you?
There's one of them vermin!
What do you want?
They don't drop anything. Sense of looting is not very nice. Uh-oh.
I mean you no harm. I need help. Die, you fucking leech! Please, listen to me. I can't make any sense of this. Shut up, beast! Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's name? I'll do the rest of the job. Just leave me.
Like the sun's rising. Run, brother. Run from the sun.
The sun. It feels like it's burning me to the bone.
Yeah.
I need to find somewhere to hide.
It's not.
Let me go!
Let him waste it. There we have it.
I need to find shelter.
There you go. Found it.
Is anybody there?
Shelter.
What is this place?
It's a cutscene. DRB.
The place seems abandoned. I should be safe enough here.
some reason it feels like every time I turn my camera off, it gets black for you guys. Is that really happening? Or is my imagination? I gotta start turning my camera off. Something's wrong.
Mary! Mary!
Mary, I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us, I will find them. I had better remain here until nightfall.
Hi.
This one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Gold watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it to share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give him an Eve.
Oh, karma's a bitch,
That's
ain't
impossible.
it? The thieves got what they came for, and a little extra. From somebody. Wasn't Jonathan here. Me, but they certainly got screwed. I got my watch back. Let's go upstairs now. Me, shy? Never. Never shy. It's like it's a very interesting story. I love you though. Right. Okay. Arena. Here.
Dreams for the Red Queen that sleeps under crown stone, that she might linger longer, her eyes as white as gold.
Who goes there?
A prayer summoned by warrior song. A child born from darkness must take scent of his power.
Who's there? Are you referring to me? No! No! I still have so much to accomplish. I still have so much left that needs doing.
Part of the grand mystery of this history and the game is, well, who turned him? No. It was after the answers on that.
warning, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now!
No! There's time. I can save him.
That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital!
Done. He'll live.
And now what?
We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing. No, it never got easy.
Yep, in the story, he's a doctor. There's that. Vampire doctor. I don't think there's anything left besides this. Which is knowing the story of what happened to that guy. His wife turned, then she became crazy, then she started attacking him, then he had to kill her, and then he killed himself. I'm just, you know, doing a summarized version for you guys.
This makes no sense. None of it. No sense at all. It's a nightmare. That's it. So be it. Rational thinking only.
Didn't work, brother. You're a vampire. Can't die from a gunshot.
This is absolute madness. I've lost touch with the real.
Madness it is, as mad as the moon, who takes clouding sunlight into a glowing reflection.
Alright. I get to choose skills. Drain your own blood to heal more. Drink from yourself? Alright. Doesn't sound very interesting. Ooh. Which aggressive skill should we use? Pause. Here. Shadows at course. Clouds explode. See how they develop. This is close, you know, close range. It's not necessarily. He has blood gain. Also have stun.
voice in my head. If I'm not mad, then it must belong to the one who made me what I am. I must find him to understand what I have become.
You must.
Where is it? It's closed.
These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
Here's the leech. Here!
That's a nice power.
My head's spinning.
I like that power a lot.
Oi! Come out, you coward!
Let's see if there's anything to grab.
It's locked, all right.
Be able to come back here eventually. That steak. And what? Nothing else shiny. Inerectable things clearly shine, so there's nothing.
I'm still in Southwark. I must reach the West End. Go back home.
Yeah, I remember, like, cutting through these barrels and stuff don't really, reveal much. Let's see. Stay complete stunned. Stunned enemy can be bitten. That's interesting.
Die, vermin! It's one of them vermin!
Alright, let's bite this motherfucker. That's more like it.
A strength I never knew I had.
Oh, I have to feed on blood to be able to use my skills. I can't remember this.
It's dead, alright. I'll take it. We have to stop him!
Every fiber of my being is afire.
What is,
I feel like a child learning the limits of my body.
Oh, I need to use two, okay. Ah,
My
I like
strength. My reflexes. I'm not human anymore.
that. Really? Just noticed that? He's a quick learner, isn't he? Oh, I teleported up here, I mean... But maybe there was something here that I could, grab, but no. There's something here on the ground. Something here. Well, I tend to not really enjoy games that you can't save constantly, and this game is one of them. It's auto-save only, so there's that. Southwark Bridge. space to teleport a little bit faster or dodge in case of battle. Tiny here. Your king and country need you. Join the British ranks and help the brave lads at the front. Whatever. No thanks. It's just
My poor sister. If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to us.
yeah. Baby vampire bloodlust always goes the same way, doesn't it?
It's locked.
So it's locked clearly, so if I go this way. That's cool as fuck. Let's come on. Oh, that's
The
cool.
dizziness from the jump. I can now control it.
Doesn't look so bad. Looks a little vampiric, alright, but not so bad. Nothing here. Here. Nothing here. Oh.
This is despicable.
But eating rats refills your blood, so yeah, eating rats is an option.
I have this thirst for
Now I'm
blood.
full of blood, which means I can use my abilities more times.
What will London have to say to me?
Oh, that you're a freak? I bet you saw that coming. Hey, didn't we?
I've so many questions unanswered. Another corpse. Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum? The man has been drained of all blood, but I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant.
Ah.
Fresh blood. The smell is so strong.
Take a look around here. Good. See? Here.
This is a slaughterhouse.
Corpses are. Oh, I found some.
It's locked.
Of course it's locked. That's the way. We could climb the stairs, but let's use our jump, because let's face it, it's cool as hell. Anything shiny from a distance.
Where has everyone gone?
Running away from the likes of you, I imagine. Hideout. Hideout is a place where you can save, train. See? Here you can spend your XP while resting and craft items at the workbench. This is a safe spot here. There's a fill for everything. Let's see here. Anything I don't know anything. Yeah. Recipes. That. Can do medical treatments to heal the sick citizens. That is a good thing to do. A good vampire thing to do, because he's a doctor after all. Serums to boost himself. Weapon upgrades. Oh, great to right. But I don't have any stuff for it. Like with these. Nothing to craft. That's right. Let's see if there's any. Oh, there was some stuff. As I said, this is how we spend XP. Laying on the bed. Well, I have 500. Let's see, blood capacity. There's fighting. Increase your health, your stamina. Increase the damage inflict using fight and combat. Increase your life regeneration. All very interesting. Which one should I choose? Blood capacity. The more blood capacity I have, the more abilities I can use in combat before having to fight people. Go increase blood capacity. Or not. I'll do damage. Still XP left. Life regeneration. Towards this, and then when I get more XP. Oh, I can spend. I'll only spend after I get some XP. So I gotta find some enemies to kill and move forward. Halloween night. Hey. Still following the killer's trails. Oh, I can see people inside.
At last, a little life.
Welcome, sir, to the Turquoise Turtle.
There's gotta be something can be done to get out of this bullshit mess. No?
Talk to the bartender first.
My God, sir, you look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
Why is it going to be a long night?
You must be new around here. Don't you know about the murders?
Do the police have any leads on a suspect?
Even before the outbreak, coppers never came round here. We're on our own. People die in these parts all the time, and no one cares.
Tell me more about these murders.
Every morning for the last few weeks, bodies have been found. And those poor sods didn't die of flu.
That much is clear.
Where am I? Where is this place?
You're at my bar, sir, the Turquoise Turtle. The last ray of light in this dangerous part of town.
So you're open all night?
Yep. Figured people might need a place to rest in these dark times.
Fair enough.
Aren't you scared?
Scared of what? All the bad shit happens out on the foggy streets. And I never go outside.
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And,
Yes?
no funny business. You hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
Are they stupid or something? I've never even been to India.
It's a good thing you cannot see me now, Mum.
I'm gonna talk to everybody else later. Because also talking to people gives you XP. I'm gonna talk to these people already. I'll just
Good evening, sir.
farm the XP.
I wondered if I could ask for your help.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, things can only get worse.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle, see?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
What's going on around?
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer dog, eh?
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own darkness. We can all be monsters.
That is true, alright.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Well, that didn't give me any XP. God damn.
Hello, sir. Are you alright? Is there any way I can help you?
I don't know. Maybe you could just talk to me.
Maybe you prefer to speak with Tom then. He's more agreeable talking to strangers.
What's going on around here? Where is everyone?
Too many dead, sir. First the epidemic, and now all these terrible murders.
The murders. What can you say about them?
Bodies found in the streets every morning. Drained of blood. It's just horrible. Some say the sewer dog is back.
The sewer dog? What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around these parts. The ancients say it's the sewer dog coming out to feed. But now he's killing in the streets.
What have you heard about the epidemic?
There's a Spanish flu. Yeah, killed so many last summer. Thought we'd seen the last of it. Dozens dying every week.
Are the authorities doing anything?
Nothing. There are so many quarantine zones in London now. It's gotten really hard to travel across town.
I just want to talk. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm not afraid, sir. It's just I've other customers to take care of.
I only see one customer.
Oh. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I best check on them.
I'll leave then. Thank you.
Oh, I guess that's that.
There's
He
gotta
didn't
be
give
something
me any
can be done to get
XP.
out of this bullshit
So let's
mess.
go upstairs and knock on the dude's door.
This is no place for you. Prewen has several patrols roaming the area,
They do not pursue me.
but they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
I have a common objective, but I require...
I think someone is eavesdropping.
Are you certain? You might as well come in, whoever you are.
Slowly, vampire. Who are you? I mean you no harm, saith the vampire. Present yourself.
I need a word. Anyone?
Guess in this game, crosses are a thing.
Well, that's something I can do for you. And who might you be?
I'm not sure that I know anymore.
Might I at least learn the reason of your presence?
That's none of your concern.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
I've been hunted down in the streets and attacked. I'm a victim here, too.
I believe you.
Then if you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
What have you uncovered concerning the murders?
It started a few nights ago. Rumors of violent murders. The docs have always been, shall we say, somewhat unsavory. But this is different.
How different?
A vampire is at work here. Famished. Reckless. It must be brought to ground, and quickly.
I heard another voice, that of a woman. Who were you talking to?
Ridiculous. I've no idea what you're talking about.
Something tells me not to trust you.
Then the feeling is mutual.
Yeah.
And what exactly is this Brotherhood?
Sir, if the name is not familiar to you, then we shall discuss it another time.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor. That explains a great deal. We're both chasing the same shadow.
Perhaps. This is all new to me. I'm not even certain what I'm looking for.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
I'll end him.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again.
Oh. Is there anything to steal in your office, buddy? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of poor. Huh. This is where she escaped from. well.
If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know something.
Evening, sir. Can I help you?
I have a few questions for you.
Well, if you must.
I spoke to Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight, and I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please, tell me what's going on.
It's Will. William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he... Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the cannon factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, well... Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
Alright. No hint available. Well, let's see here. As a vampire, you need human blood to evolve. The blood quality bar indicates the XP you will earn if you feed on this citizen. Unlocked hints increase the amount of XP. So, as of right now, Tom Watts is probably my first victim. We've only discovered one hint about him, so we need to dig some more. And I'm getting British. Damn this game. Alright, let's do this. Tom and William Bishop used to be good friends, so let's talk to Tom. Tom is the bartender. God damn it.
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
I can't say I have. Are you sure no one else came into your bar before I arrived?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other stranger I've had.
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend, William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not
Looks like
my
I
friend
haven't been
anymore.
telling.
Why lie to me if he is not your friend?
I didn't lie. I said you were my only unannounced customer, and that's the truth.
Who is he?
William. Just an old sailor who loves his gin too much. He worked for years at the cannon factory before it closed.
Is he dangerous?
Yeah. Like many drunks, he's all bark and no bite. He can barely stand up most of the time.
How was he tonight? Was he different?
Sicker than usual, perhaps. He whined and mumbled about how mean people were to him and how he'd like to talk to me outside, and then he left when I refused.
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What'd you expect? He's a tall, sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay?
That is some way to talk about your friend. Damn.
Damn it. I think drink no longer stirs me.
Let's talk to the drunk again and see if he knows
Hello,
something
sir.
bad.
May I disturb you again?
And you're still ugly as sin.
Yeah. Thank you.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle, see?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
Okay, this guy ain't gonna get me out there.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry.
This isn't...
I don't know.
No,
I'll leave you to your...
he ain't gonna give me nothing. Not yet, anyway.
I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Well, she gave me all she could. Go backwards. See what we can see. Oh, trace blood here anywhere? Right there. Oh, money just lying around.
I cannot enter.
Locked. Also locked. So this ain't the way. So when you're in civilization, you cannot use your powers. AKA, like for example, my dodge, my speed running. Yeah, I can't use that because people might see me, so it disables it.
It's locked.
Let's see what we can find around. Yep, dead end. So we'll go back this way. There's the bar. Right? Came from here. Up here is our hiding spot. I don't have enough XP to bother. Oh! Looks like I missed it.
According to the blood patterns, that's where the victim was attacked. So that must be the killer's trail.
Well, duh. Nothing new there, buddy. Let's try following the blood somewhere else. I should inspect the boat, he said.
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city?
There are the boats. Some more blood.
The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood. What's this? Some sort of note.
The note says, multiple deaths in Docks region. We've worked with regions involved, located the purge it. According to the report, these vampires are very violent. Approach with extreme caution. I know we like men are down, but don't send rookies to investigate the case. If I'm correct, we've got a frenzied one killing each night. Always search abandoned places first, like old houses, basements, sewers, or warehouses. Destroy the Leech brothers. Brother.
These men, they're a company of professional vampire hunters.
Seems. That's what it seems.
This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim. This man was armed. He tried to defend himself. Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
Yes, you must. Question is, how? Oh, we can teleport there. Hey. Through there. How to walk silently. How do I walk? Try to into walk. Hold Q. Alright.
Ammunition crate. Good. I may need a lot of bullets. I feel like I'm back on the front line again.
Let's head back to a warm fire. Shut that bullet mouth. No time I can remember. But I've only been part of the guard 3 weeks to the day. All the more reason to shut it, Mr. Lee.
Best stay back, sir. I said stay over there! There's one of them
That was fun. We didn't see him there.
It's locked, all right.
Go back downstairs. Come on. Okay, resistances. Medium resistance. Resistance melee. Okay. He's not too resistant because he's level 4. Let's see.
Fuck, it's fun!
There's another unsuspecting one over here.
Sir, step away!
I will.
See them fancy clothes? This one's a top! Gladly! He's dead!
Just for the fun.
Shit! You'll pay for that!
Oh, I like it. Game's fun! Okay. Now, back to following the trail of the beast. Jeez. Oh, there's a dude there. Let's turn this way, though. Can get it from behind. Let's see if there's anyone. Okay, so pile of bodies, they're burning it. Get it. Like the covering for the... Covering for the... They're vampires.
Shut! Step away!
Sure. He didn't notice what I was. So now he's going down. Yep. And down you go, brother. Okay. Something shiny. Ooh. Like a shotgun. Save it for a rainy day because it looks like my melee abilities are more than enough right now. So, doesn't look like I really need it. Okay. So, there's some blood here. Do down here. A lot of blood down here. Get this dude. Way.
Over there!
Okay. Now I can resume calling. Oh, there's another, hideouts. Reds are often located near hideouts. Because that's where we hide out. Where the rats are. Sounds awesome. Excellent. Thing is, if we sleep, I think the enemies, they'll come back. I think. Oh, look at this dude. Huh. I wonder if there's anything that I can, create. You have enough components to improve one of your weapons. Do I want to, though? Probably because I'm missing a trigger. Yeah. Fatigue, treatment, anemia. Alright. I can only do this one. Oh, I cannot even do this one. Well, why did the game say... Oh, my machete? Ah, screw that. I'm not gonna upgrade that. Waste materials upgrading that. I'm gonna save my mats. Alright. This is shadow mist. Let me understand. Shadow split. Vampire concentrates under prey to explode after explosion will injure anything in range. Needle-like live-in speed. Badass. Vampires often use this ability to wipe out groups of enemies from a distance. Directly absorb. Sounds. And taking advantage of. Oh, it's all very promising, but. I'm gonna go with. Yeah, now let's take a look out here. Oh, the dudes ain't back. Oh, yes, they are back. See? There they are. I'm gonna go ahead and kill him again. The dudes in there are back alive again. One. Yes. So he's oh, there's a body there now.
We won't see any of these bastards back here again.
Stay close, keep an eye on each other.
Bloody leech!
Oh. Yeah, that one didn't see me. I haven't seen this guy here before. I wonder if I missed him or if sleeping put him here. Find her. Time for the guard to the 20th. These are all collectibles, but unfortunately, they are not clues. What I need are clues. About killer's location. So there's this. It's across here. Probably.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Think I found William.
As one, we shall overcome this. We've done it before.
Let me, how do I, here. Damn it. How do I equip it? Details. Where's William at? Who's this guy? Oh, that's a drunk dude. Okay, I found him. Oh, here we go. Wait, why can't I? Oh, this is the off. Okay. Okay.
Even did not quench my thirst. I must have more.
Side.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
Oh, he clearly can't control himself. Why are we gonna kill
Let go of me.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Yes. And dead you are, brother. Let's help this dude. First,
William,
hang on.
please, stop.
Oh, we know each other? Oh, it's a priest. Wow. For a newbie vampire, look what
me
he
go.
did, man. That is kind of morbid. Even for a
It's not too
vampire, a newbie vampire who doesn't know what the fuck is going on. One thing to pile up corpses, it's another to impale them. Holy shit.
I forgive you. The Lord is my shepherd.
Hang on, I see something shiny. I gotta get stuff first, bro. You come second, right now. Wow.
William, please, stop.
I got you, bro. I got you.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well. Another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Skal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
Indeed, she did. Indeed.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Yeah, but we already looked around, brother. There's nothing for you to find. Oh.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Oh, nothing else shining. That's about it. The cheesecake up there. I can't go up there. Oh. That is still creepy, man. That reminds me of Diablo 1. When I started playing Diablo 1, I used to be creeped out by people impaled down in the dungeons. Aside from Diablo 4. Oh, actually. Mouse sensitivity on 0 and take moments. Fast.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... what manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy.
Yeah,
London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal. If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stone, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician. Like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Go to the hospital. And go through here. You guys are blocking my passage. Alright.
Come on, you boss. You can do better than that. Nah, it's my turn.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, that dude just murdered
Christ, that hurts. Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Alright. So here we are once again faced with the choice of eating this dude or not. But we don't know enough about him to get the most out of it. As it seems, we need to discover 4 clues about this dude before we can eat him. And then we'll get maximum XP available. So we'll wait. We'll not kill him now, even though it's empty. Because he's an asshole.
dance with him the dance of life and death.
No. I'm going to bring him to the hospital. Not gonna eat him now. How do I go then? What, can't let go of him? What the hell? I don't want to kill him right now. I hope I'm not doomed to do that.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
And talk to him right now. Good. Get him.
What? What happened? Whoa, I feel giddy.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
Ah, poor dude. Hell here. Save him. Now my question is, how the hell do I get to the hospital if they're blocking the stairs? Ooh, there's some training here. Powder. Here we go. We're at the hospital. Oh. Really wish to talk to everybody. Except for this guy.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks home.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve. but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
See, that's why it's important to talk to people. You see how you uncover more and more hints about people. And eventually, if you want to eat them, or if you find a good reason to eat them, because believe it or not, some of these, they may seem good people, but eventually you find out that they're... So, you get maximum XP the more you acquire. See, these questions I can't make yet because a hint is required for the question to open up. You can ask it. I guess I got all I could. Alright.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Talk to the nurse now.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Okay, I'm gonna press goodbye here and restart the conversation.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Alright, there we go. Maybe now.
Good evening, nurse.
There we go.
Good evening, Doctor.
That's better. Okay.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett's. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
That didn't get much.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Alright. More people to talk to. Well.
Dr. Swansea asked me to collect you, Dr. Reed. Hurry up.
1 second. Just see if I can find anything lying around. Nope. go further.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Yes, Duke.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is Sutton. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Influenza. Good times. Not really. It's kind of like COVID. Only it was back in the day.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I'll bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped from the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Alright, that's something I'm gonna want to go after, that's for sure. Okay.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
see. He doesn't have anything really medical. Here. Here. The entrance of the hospital.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Oh, good.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Alright, that's
Goodbye,
all I can
Nurse
get
Hawkins.
from her for now.
Disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
That's the thing about this game. A lot, like the big bulk of this game resides in talking to people and really talking to them and exhausting every possible question and line that there is in order for you to grow as a vampire and as a character. So that's what makes the game long. It's not the story itself, it's the amount of conversations that you have to go through. So, just an FYI. But I find it interesting because it means they gave a lot of thought, and they did, to each character individually. Even the most disposable one, you know? And they did an awesome job to my taste.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
What is the general situation in the East End, Docs?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
So this is my my suggestion to you all. As soon as you get to the hospital, as soon as you find any character whatsoever, exhaust all your options in conversation. Because if, like, one day goes by, for example, this character here, he might not be here anymore, and the option to even talk to him may be gone. And then hints to other characters will forever be lost, and only if you restart the game you're going to be able to have it all. You see what I'm saying? So exhaust all your options and talk to everybody you see. That's how it goes.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Didn't I just say that?
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle?
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would...
Oh, yeah, okay. Guess wasn't paying much attention.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived with the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel... empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Alright.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Exhausted all of his options.
I wish I could be sick again.
Good evening, sir.
Blood boil with the fever.
Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Ik wou, ik something out of
The pain.
This is the crazy one.
Here
Thinks
again.
she's vampire.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire!
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Couldn't tell us so much, did it?
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wish I could be sick
Pale
again.
disgust on every
Blood boil
street
with the
corner.
fever.
The daily routine.
That's how you deal with the crazy. Free. Garlic doesn't work. Alright guys, feel free to pause this if you want to read it. It's very good to read out these letters, but I already read them. Slowly scroll down to let you guys get a glimpse. Pause if you want to when you're watching it on YouTube. Okay. Alright. Let's talk to everybody before we go to the room. Here.
You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Outside, I don't want to go outside.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
Still more coming.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
All of these letters lying around also unlock conversations in the future, so it's also important to be the most that you can be. So, see? Come talk to him again.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Personal questions, see?
You seem worried about the safety of your family. And it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids. We never found her body.
That's sad.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
One more thing.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
I'm all right.
This hospital is just
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Now we can talk to him again and get the last question in.
Good evening, Mr.
Good evening.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
There's nothing bad about this guy.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen.
But in the circumstances,
As for
I
me,
need to give you the benefit of the
what a
doubt.
blundering idiot.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
This hospital seems
Good
to be
evening.
falling apart.
I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here, then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get some rest, then.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
This hospital seems to be falling
Alright,
apart.
seems to talk to
But
everybody.
in circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
I need to talk to the lady outside.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
The one outside. Elderly one.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Rick.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
The elderly one outside, yeah. Let's talk to this guy
Perhaps
because I got some information about him. So.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Goodbye, Milton. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening.
Wait, wasn't it her
Goodbye,
that
nurse.
bribed the lady? It's Hawkins. Hawkins. What's that?
It's here again.
Oh. Isn't it you?
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening.
Yeah, that's her. Well,
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
can't do anything about it now. Okay. Rest. Okay. There's also the door to the outside. I want to go. Which I don't. Who knows? Here?
It's locked, all right.
there's nothing really to pick up. So, it's to the left. And this one.
Not now!
That's fine. There it is.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
That's a good point. Unnecessary to sleep in the coffin. Seconds. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. This is about a type of vampire. I'm going to scroll it down, and as you guys are watching the YouTube video, you can read, pause, because it's cool. Ekans are higher class vampires.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Oh, apparently. Water.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
incapacitating some. Good.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Okay, I think this is a good time to stop. Huh? Talk to everybody. Chapter 1 is done. Here we are. Oh, I feel like continuing. But I must stop. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And you find the game as interesting as I do. I know it can get a little boring with all the conversations and everything, but if you do stories, it is very interesting. I personally love it, and I hope you enjoy it too. If you do, please do leave a like and consider subbing to the channel. That would help me immensely. And if you have any suggestions, please leave a comment down below. See you guys next time.
Better of a stranger